Well, guess what? Mike's late again. We're waiting on Mike to get in the building. Got a lot to talk about today. We're going to be talking about the Dallas Mavericks surprising the Minnesota Timberwolves. KSAT 12 going on a firing spree. Looks like they're bringing the axe to some of the most beloved anchors that they've had over the last couple of years. Now look I can see Mike just rolled up right now. Always late as usual. What's up, Mario Cavazos? What's up, Tim Gonzalez? Thanks for joining us, man. Yep, KSAT is tanking. KSAT 12, low-key tanking. But the same things could be said that it's going around the nation right now. I remember that one of the KSAT 12 news, I think it's the directors of programming, they got the axe too at their other location, the other location that they went to. So it's something that's going on within that, I guess, broadcasting arena right now.
What's going on, everybody? See, I wasn't late.
I said Mike's late as usual. Maybe you got scared of the lizard. Mike was just fired from KSAT 12. That is why he's late. Put $1 in the jar. Hey, well, good morning, Sid. Jesse A. What's up, brothers? What's up, Chris? Thanks for joining us too, Chris Gonzalez. For each time he's late, he needs to do 30 push-ups live on camera.
How am I late? Show hasn't started.
You're late because we started the intro when you weren't here.
Join the discussion as we broadcast live from beautiful West San Antonio. And remember to tip your host.
Like every time you're not here by $10-15.
What's up, San Antonio? What's up, South Texas? This is the Alamo City Sportscast coming at you from beautiful San Antonio, Texas. Lots to get into today. You know what? It is a Laguna Madre Thursday.
It is
what it is. We're doing that. We're having lunch today, right?
You had Laguna Madre on your mind?
Dude, it's on my mind, doing the intermittent fasting and everything. And I was already looking at the menu this morning. I'm gonna get the cheeseburger. I don't know why I'm looking at the menu. It's all fried cod and all of that stuff, but I don't eat seafood unless it's sushi. So gonna get the cheeseburger. You're gonna make fun of me, but it's delicious.
You're gonna be one of those guys. What's the lunch special today? They're gonna read you off what's going on today, and you're gonna be like, I'll have the cheeseburger.
I'll have the cheeseburger, side of chicken tenders on top of that.
With the sweet tea.
Yeah, it's the same tea that gives San Antonio diabetes, according to Rudy J from in the building.
Take the picture of him. Tell him, you want me to get you one?
Nice. Nice.
I got you one.
And
Rudy.
for those of you listening who want to join us, again, we'll be at the Laguna Madre location, 151. What is that, Westover Hills?
Yeah, 151 in Westover Hills. It's right next door to the Bill Millers. You can't miss it.
Yeah, it's also 151 Saloon is right there.
Oh, yeah, right across the street.
So very cool. Lots to get into today. Game 1, Western Conference Finals last night. What a game, man. T-Wolves, Mavericks, Luka, Kyrie go into Minnesota and steal game 1. There was a controversial ending down the stretch with about a minute to go. Was it a goaltend or not?
Oh, with Cat.
Yeah, it was brutal.
That was close, man. I'm not going to lie.
It was brutal. Meantime, we have to get into lots of other topics involving sports. The NBA announced its all-NBA first, second, and third team. Spurs fans all pissed off. They went after, I think it was Jeff McDonald from the Express News, which is funny because, like, if he hadn't have posted that, I was going to be the one to post it. There was no way in the world Wemby was going to win it. And you know what? Hate to say it, Wemby did not deserve it.
Yeah, well, you're going to be catching strays too.
It was not deserved. Now, we can talk about the fact that by the end of the season, Wemby was a top 7, top 10 player in the NBA. That is true. When the season ended in April, but this is an entire season long. He was not a top 15 guy in November. He was not a top 15 guy in December, not a top 15 guy in January, nor in February. He turned it up at the end of February, March, April, and we saw the greatness that was Wemby.
Dude. By the end of December, you were seeing flashes. By January, he was starting to become Wemby.
He was not a top 15 player until March 1st, man. It wasn't happening. No. It's a full-length season. And not only that, he got very few votes on top of it. But Chet got none.
You're not like us. You're not like us.
Chet got none. I'm not going to sit there and blow smoke off people's asses and just for likes.
You're not like us.
Just for likes. Again, Laguna Madre, 151, Westover Hills. We'll be there at what time? 11:45?
Yeah, 11:45, 11:45ish.
11:45ish. We're gonna end the show early, right? To go eat.
Yeah, you're starving.
I'm hungry.
I'm fasting. I didn't eat any breakfast.
This intermittent fasting. I stopped eating at 6 yesterday. The 16-hour fast ends at 10 a.m. It ended already. I'm starving right now.
I was gonna ask you, who do you think would win in a foot race between you and the lizard?
The lizard. That sucker's fast, by the way. Case at 12. My sister sent me this yesterday.
Oh man!
And she asked me the question: is this discriminatory? Because they got rid of 5 people. Not yet. They're gonna force them to retire on July 1. 5 of the OGs. The article said a combined 180 years of journalism in San Antonio. So we talked about how there's no minority representation in sports talk radio. And is that like a thing, a racial thing, right? Is it an ageist thing? That's what's going on when it comes to the reporters.
Business decision.
There's a lot to get in there. And here's the thing. I have no inside information, though I will let you know. I know a lot of people at KSAT because that's where I got my start, and a lot of them are still there.
That's where the OG, triple OG, Greg Simmons threw the phone at you.
Handful of years ago, I was producing at Ken's 5. I was at Ken's 5 a handful of years ago. Yeah. So I know the inner
Fox
workings.
29 too, right?
Yeah. So my journey was I was an intern at KSAT for 2 years, and then I worked there for I want to say 3 or 4 as a producer and an editor. Went to Ken's. They hired me as a producer, and they hired me as an editor over there.
That's where Dan Cook was shaking you down.
Yes, that's where I met Ryan Nagel.
Yeah.
Then I made my way over to KIII in Corpus Christi, and I worked there for a couple of years as a reporter and producer. Then I was at KBB and at Fox 29 over here, and I was a reporter for 5 years. I was a producer on the weekends, and that's how I met Anthony Pittman and Chuck McIntyre and Ernie Zuniga and all them. And then after that long stretch, I was in finance, still in finance. But I went back for about a year and a half, and I went to Ken's, and I was a producer over there all over again. So, yeah, I know a lot of the people in there. I know the inner workings of how it works. No inside information, but I see what's going on.
Yeah,
I see what's going on. So lots to talk about today. You can be part of the show if you want to come up on our YouTube stream. We read the best comments out there. And you help guide the show away a little way. What's going on, man?
Oh, no, it's a Jacob Eric saying full-blown rebuild over at KSAT.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a lot of comments here about KSAT, but I thought KSAT was going to streaming news. Oh, they do have that streaming portion of what they do.
Yeah.
On the app. So
Mario Cavasso saying Larry Ramirez is the last of the Mexicans.
Hang in there, brother. Stay strong.
Drew Show coming out strong, saying $5 super chat, saying, tell us why it's so powerful acquired taste. Who on that all NBA list 15 to 6 would you trade Wemby for? That's a thought, Joe. Go get your boy, Mike or MJ. Okay, so you want to talk about that first? I mean, we are local sports talk radio, so we want to get into Wemby and whatnot. So the NBA announced the all NBA first team, second team, and third team yesterday. I'm looking at the results right now. And the first all-NBA team, let's see if this makes sense to you. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Luka Doncic, Giannis, Tatum, Nikola Jokic. Hey, look at that. They got 2 forwards, 2 guards, and a center.
There you go.
They didn't name 4 centers as first team all-NBA team. Okay, so that's stupid to me. How is it that the all-defensive team
you're going to rant
4 centers?
Come on.
But when it comes to the all-NBA team,
get angry.
All of a sudden positions matter, right? See, I'm just calling the BS that the NBA is doing with this.
Man, you had me excited. I thought you can go on a rant.
The second team, Anthony Edwards, Jalen Brunson, Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, Anthony Davis. Third team, for the 20th time in his career, 20th. No one else has done it 16. He's done it 20 times. LeBron James, along with Steph Curry, Tyrese Halliburton, Devin Booker, and the one that people don't want to hear in the city of San Antonio, which is Domantas Sabonis, who was third team All-NBA. You go down the list. If there was a fourth team, Wemby would have made it, right? Because Wemby is kind of like honorable mentions. The ones that didn't make it but got votes were Jaylen Brown, Paul George, Tyrese Maxey, Rudy Gobert, Victor Wembanyama, Zion Williamson, Paolo Banchero, De'Aaron Fox, Bam Adebayo, and DeMar DeRozan. Wemby got 2 second-place votes, got 5 third place votes. So think about that. Only 7 people voted for him out of 99. He was not going to be all NBA at all this year. So this is what I'm coming up. So we had that super chat from the Drew Show.
Yeah.
The Drew Show saying, who from 7 or 6 through 15 would I want on this team? Nobody. I would want Wemby on this team. At the end of the season, Victor Wembanyama had solidified himself as a top 10 player in the NBA. But this is a year-long thing, okay? This is a year-long award. They take into account the fact that Wemby didn't play much in November and December, was on a minutes restriction, right? The minutes restriction hurts that. He was on a 26-minute restriction at the start of the season. At the end of the season, that restriction was gone. He was unleashed and was obviously one of the 10 best players in the NBA. But this is a November through April award. And they also take into account many times the record of the team. How many of those teams over here had losing records? Okay. So Domantas Sabonis, third team All-NBA. He was third team last year too. Is Wemby a top 10 player in the NBA? He's probably 7. I mean, am I a dick in saying that he's 7?
I mean, we're seeing year 1 Wemby. We just saw him.
Right.
That's the worst he's going to be. Year 2 Wemby?
Wemby will eventually become a top 5 player, and it might be as early as next season. Okay, so who are ahead of him? Maybe we have that debate. Nikola Jokic has won the MVP 3 out of 4 years. You've got to put him ahead of Wemby right now.
Yeah, Embiid has always been the runner-up, close second.
And Embiid, I mean, you can make that reference. If Embiid is healthy, yeah, could be.
Yeah, when he's healthy.
Yeah. That's the problem. That might be the argument to say that Wemby's better than Embiid, is that the health factor. Luka Doncic, proving it right now, man. Playoff time, Western Conference Finals.
Brother can shoot.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was runner-up in the MVP. Giannis, that's 5 right there, right? You go on to the other side. I think Wemby at this point is better than LeBron. LeBron is, going to enter year 22.
He's in his senior year
in his career. But other players like Anthony Edwards. Okay, so those are 6 players. And then Jason Tatum, maybe. So for me to say that right now, Wemby, as of right now, May 23rd, 2024, is the 7th best player in the NBA, I don't think that's disrespectful.
Yeah.
To 1 through 6.
We got
I don't
another
think it's
super
disrespectful
chat.
8 beyond. So Drew Show says, you and the writer are whack. It's the fight to the end of the season. What do you want on your team? That's the only test you need. No, that's nonsense. That's like saying, Drew, that because the Spurs won 6 of the last 9 games to end the season, that they deserve to be in the playoffs. No, because they lost a crap ton of games in November and December. It all comes together.
Me and my friend Jonas, man, we had a heated discussion. I wish we could have played that live, because I was telling him that I'm gauging the Spurs season as a whole.
Right.
They're as good as their record indicates, right?
Yeah, and they're fixated by March and April, right?
Yeah. So my friend Jonas is, well, they were above 500 when they ended the season. I'm like, that's great. That means that they're starting to learn how to play together. And that's what I wanted. I wanted the team to end the season on a high note, which they did. I said it gives them something to look forward to when they come in next season, right? Hey, we can play better,
Yeah.
So I said, that's great for them. But he's like, but they're going to be a great team with year 2 Wemby. They're going to go to the playoffs. I said, no, bro.
They're going to be a 30-win team.
Pump the brakes.
28 to 32 wins.
Oh,
Budo
man.
Pincha Sports says, let all the bums have their awards now. Wemby will take over and be the best in the league. And the answer is no, he's not. He's not.
How do you know that, though?
Well, no. There's a caveat to that.
Okay.
If they're going to trot out there Sohan, Champagny, Trey Jones, Keldon Johnson, he's not going to be the best player in the league. He's not. The best players in the league have complementary parts around them. Jordan had Pippen. Magic had Kareem, had Worthy. Kobe had Shaq. Shaq had Kobe.
Even LeBron when he was winning his championships.
LeBron with Kyrie. LeBron with D. Wade.
Chris Bosh.
Kevin Durant with Steph Curry.
Yeah.
There's very few times you have like a Pistons of the early 2000s. I think it was like 2004, or the Mavericks when Dirk won and he was the lone
Houston
star.
had Hakeem.
But they also had Drexler. They also had other players there. You need to be the best in the NBA. You cannot be doing it alone. You can't do it by yourself.
Gotta have that 1-2 punch.
So if you're going to say right now, Wemby's going to be in charge of the league, to be the best player in the league, the answer is no, he's not. Not right now. Not the way that it's constituted, the way that it is right now.
We got another super chat from the Drew Show. He says, show me the ballot where it says this is October to April award.
Oh.
Dude, stop.
Okay,
You're just trying to big up yourself.
Well, I'm going to show you the ballot. It says the 2023-2024 award. 2023-2024 award. It's not the April 2024 award. It's not how they looked at the end of the season award. It is the 2023-2024 key All-NBA team. It's the entire season. And in fact, in order to qualify for it, you need to play 65 games.
This is true.
And those games are when? October, November, December, all the way through to April. That's why Joel Embiid was not in there.
Exactly. I was going to say he wasn't eligible because he didn't play enough games.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
It's a full season award. Now, was Wemby a top 10 player at the end of the season? Yes. You might even say that he could have been playing at a top 5 level at the end of the season.
Yeah. Wemby's shown that he can be dominant, but the thing is,
right,
this is just his rookie year, and in his year 2, I think, let's say he's going to be a dominant player past his rookie year 2, 3, 4 Wemby, he's going to be a dominant player.
David Outwater reaching out to us saying Spurs effed up by starting Sohan at point guard. With Trey, Wemby might have been an All-NBA award because he did play a little bit better with Trey. You know what?
That was Pop being cute, man.
Devontae Graham might have gotten him there because Devontae Graham knew what his job was to get Wemby the ball in his spot.
What did I tell you? Coach Pop been tanking since the beginning of the season, right?
Yeah.
He's like, no. We're not going to use you, young man. You stay on that bench. Even though we know you're going to be able to do something, we're going to roll out Sohan.
and it cost them the award. And I think Spurs fans last night, when the award was announced, they gave Jeff McDonald from the Express News so much grief. And he was just telling the truth. He was taking off the Spurs goggles because that's what I like to do whenever I'm there. I'm a Spurs fan, but at the same time, I'm a realist. Okay. I'm not the one screaming, refs, you suck, or that was a BS call. He didn't travel. It did happen. Like, I still see it that way. I don't see it with a lot of Cowboy fans. My sister famously, I cannot watch a Cowboys game with her because she believes that the Cowboys have never committed a penalty in their entire
lives. The refs
lives.
have it out for them.
Yes, like they've never committed a penalty. It's always a holding on the other team. It's always this. It's always that. It's always this. He caught the ball when clearly the guy dropped the ball. I'm not talking about Dez. I'm not talking about Dez. I'm talking about whatever. Yeah. Clearly things happen.
That's all I hear in my family.
And she's like, oh, the refs have it out for us and blah, 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 blah. And I don't know why they're showing the replay. And some Spurs fans are like that. And they don't want to fess up to the fact that Spurs fans typically watch Spurs games, and that is it. Right now, this is a great time of the season because we get to see teams like Dallas and Minnesota play and go, crap. Maybe in one game we can go toe-to-toe with them, but there's no way in the world the Spurs, as it stands right now, as the team is constituted right now, can go toe-to-toe in a 7-game series with any of these teams.
I don't even think they can go toe-to-toe with the freaking Pelicans, dude, in a play-in game. They're not there yet, and that's fine. The team has to go through phases, now that they're on a full-on rebuild, and that's part of the process, and I'm okay with that. Mm-hmm. I know what this team is right now. I'm hopeful that they're going to play better next season. I'm hopeful that they're going to win a couple more games. But I'm also realistic. I don't think that they're going to be flirting with the play-in game until Wemby year 3.
It took so many wins to make it. So you're telling me that if the Spurs doubled their wins, hear that, Joe.
No.
If the Spurs doubled their wins from this past season, they still wouldn't have made the play-in tournament. It took 46 wins. The Houston Rockets were 41-41 with a .500 record, and they were 5 games away from making the play-in tournament.
West is competitive, man, and we got a comment here from Puro Pinche Sports. Thank you guys for watching, by the way, and if you haven't, go check out Puro Pinche Sports. They're entertaining. They're fun. They also have a YouTube channel, so make sure you subscribe to them. Like I said, there's room for everybody here. Go spread the love. Yeah. And they're saying, I am not disagreeing that the surrounding pieces are good, but I do believe they'll improve the roster in the next few years. and it'll elevate Wemby to the best. I'm hopeful for that as well.
They're not going to do anything.
I'm
this year.
hopeful.
They're not.
Oh,
Gonna,
no.
They're not going to do anything this
Yeah,
year.
no, they're going to wait till next year.
They're tanking for 25, man.
Yeah.
By the way, we're 892 subscribers strong. Thank you for subscribing. Don't forget to hit the like button as well. We have another super chat coming in from Hanover Fist asking the question, what's the equivalent draft card for Wemby? Like old Duncan Robinson rookie draft cards. So many cards out there for my collection. Dude, I remember the David Robinson one with he's holding the white jersey.
Oh, yeah.
That was
the infamous one. I still got that one jersey somewhere.
I have no idea about basketball cards anymore. I remember Hoops was a thing.
Oh, yeah. The Hoops cards from back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Fleer, Upper Deck.
Donruss.
Yeah, Donruss. They had some.
Those are all probably defunct.
No, I mean, probably some of them are still around. The Skybox. Who can't forget Skybox, dude? Skybox was cool, man.
That was good.
They had the graphics at the same time that they were showing the players. I still got my Sean Kemp rookie card, man, from Skybox.
Oh, dude, Sean Kemp was a badass, dude.
When he wasn't like the guy that looked like he gained almost 100 pounds when they were in that lockout season, he came back. I'm like, who's this brother you got wheeling out here? Oh, that's Sean Kemp. Oh, damn.
But, I see why Spurs fans are upset, man. It's one of those things where you want to at least get something out of this season. We got the Rookie of the Year, and we got the runner-up when it comes to the Defensive Player of the Year. We got that. All-NBA, defensive first team, we got that. But the idea that Wemby was going to get an All-NBA team, a little far-fetched. He deserved it at the end of the year. He was one of the 15 best players, one of the 10 best players. Dominant towards the end of the season. But it is the 2023-2024 award, not how they looked in April. That's not how it was. Last night, great game between the T-Wolves and the Dallas Mavericks. A battle of the number 3 and 5 seed, making it their way all the way to the Western Conference Finals. The Mavericks go on into Minnesota, steal game 1. And a lot of pissed off fans again yesterday because, again, they wear their goggles. They don't want to see what they don't want to see. By the way, Mavericks won 108 to 105. Okay, the Mavericks lived inside the paint. It was brutal, man. I never thought I would see Minnesota, who has the top-ranked defense in the NBA, do that, where they have Karl Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert, the defensive player of the year. And instead of avoiding them, they went to them. And they weren't bodying them up. They weren't doing anything like that. They were pump faking, jump passes, doing all these things and getting wide open dunks and alley-oops over these guys repeatedly, play after play after play after play. T-Wolves went cold down the stretch. Anthony Edwards looked like he was gassed, man. He was tired, man. He could not even move. Kyrie, though, started balling in the fourth. Luka Doncic.
Yeah, he's him.
We talk about the offense.
Yeah.
Down the stretch, yesterday's game, 3 big defensive plays. Get a steal, poking the ball away, getting a block. Luka Doncic is the real deal, man. And you know what? If you want to say that Luka's the best player in the NBA, I wouldn't fight you.
Right now, he is in the playoffs. He's playing out of his freaking mind.
I wouldn't fight you. But I got to call up a photo or at least a video on Twitter of the goaltend.
Oh, with Cat. Yeah, man. You know what the Wolves did to the Mavericks? Or the Mavericks did to the Wolves? The Mavericks went to the Wolves' house. They took a dump in the middle of the freaking living room. They took their girl on a date right in front of them, and they didn't do nothing.
Dude.
They took one.
It was not finesse. Not at all. This is the play courtesy of TNT. Is this a goaltend?
Oh, man, that one was close, dude.
Our good friend John Dyer, Exit 7, came out and said that it was not, that it was clearly outside the rim. No, this is the easiest call I've ever seen in my entire life.
It was in.
This is easily a goaltend. Where's the ball going to hit? If he didn't touch it, would it have hit the rim? Yes. And therefore, it's a goaltend. It was
in the cylinder.
It was coming straight back down.
Back down in the cylinder.
It was out of the cylinder, but still over the rim. And the rim is part of the cylinder.
Oh, man, that was close.
And people are freeze framing it. They're trying to freeze frame it.
I mean, it looks really close in real time. And right now, when they're freeze framing it, you can see where he actually puts his hands on the ball. And it's right past the rim.
Look
You
at
know?
it. It's right there. It's right there.
Yeah, it's past the rim.
It's over the rim.
You know,
Again, the cylinder is not the middle of the bucket. It is the entire
It's the
rim. And the entire ball needs to be outside of it.
Yeah.
Not just, most of the ball, because you know what? You could probably make the argument that 40 to 50% of the ball was outside the cylinder, but the entire thing needs to be out. Dude, they went out there, the refs, to review it. How long did it take for them to confirm it? 3 seconds.
They're like, yeah, it's not good.
And people were complaining online. They were like, how is it that the official from the back was the one who made the call? Now, somebody who has experienced three-man officiating, we do three-man officiating at the high school, college, and NBA level. The goaltending is called by those from the back. It's not called by the person underneath the basket. The person underneath the basket, who's called the lead official, that person's job is to check the rebounding. Their job is to check what's happening right here. They're not monitoring what's going on over the cylinder.
Yeah.
And also the viewpoint, you're blocked by the backboard. You're blocked by bodies. It's the trail official and the C official, which is the one on the side.
Yeah.
They're the ones who call goaltending. So don't come at me and go online and sound like an idiot going, well, why wasn't it the guy underneath the basket? Because it's not their job. You know what that guy's job was? It's to see if this rebound was good. It's to see if the rebounder is is pushing off. That's what they do. By the way, star of this play was Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic was the one who started jumping up and down going, goaltending, goaltending, goaltending. And guess what? He begged for the call. The call was made, and then the call was confirmed. And it took 3 seconds for them to look at it and go, they didn't even have to rewind it. They just showed it once, and they're like, yeah.
You know why they're so pissed off, Wolves fans? Because this could have helped them get even closer to possibly making this game into overtime. Maybe it gave them an opportunity to win.
Yeah.
But if that was the case, they should have done better throughout the entirety of the game.
Right.
You know, this is one of those plays that you can be like, it was a huge call, yes, but you shouldn't have been in that position to begin with.
Well, I mean, it's two great teams.
You know?
And people are pausing it like this, saying,
Yeah.
you see, it's out of the cylinder. No, because the ball's coming down. It wasn't going away from the rim. It was coming down towards the rim.
Yeah, I like what Esan1 is saying on YouTube. Thanks for commenting, by the way. He says, point guards matter. Take heed, Spurs fan. Get one to go with Wemby.
That is the thing. Been saying that for the longest time.
Maybe they get one in the
draft
this year.
Positionless basketball is a myth. It's a myth. But Kyrie Irving last night, you know, the evolution of what he's doing as a player. You know, this is the guy that was one of the most hated people in the NBA, man. You know, with saying that the earth was flat. You know, he missed like 3/4 of the season because he refused to get the COVID shot.
Hey, I mean, everybody has their own opinion about that, and it's your body, right?
Right. So
if you don't want to, that's up to you.
I'm not going to give him grief for that.
Yeah, that's
right?
up to you.
Did he leave his team to hang in? He did, right? He forced his way out of Cleveland because he did want to play with LeBron. He said he wanted to stay in Boston, ends up bailing on Boston, has a super team in Brooklyn, doesn't work out. And it seems like Kyrie Irving over time just said, you know what? I just need to calm the F down. I just need to just shut up and play. 32 years old. He's not in his prime anymore, but he's still a very, very good player. Kyrie Irving last night.
Right, he is.
30 points on 12 of 23 shooting, had 5 rebounds, had 4 assists. Luka Doncic, 33 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds.
Kind of makes me wish the Spurs would have gotten Kyrie.
You know,
but we didn't know they were going to have Wemby.
Well,
you know,
well, back in the day, Pop was enamored with Kyrie Irving. Like he knew. Kyrie Irving has probably in my lifetime. Not probably. It is true. In my lifetime, has the best handles of any point guard out there.
No doubt.
I mean, you could say that it was, Gary Payton. You can say, John Stockton, Magic Johnson in my lifetime. You can go white chocolate if you want to.
Oh, yeah. White chocolate. Jason Williams.
Steve Nash.
Yeah.
Kyrie has the best handles. Maybe not the best crossover, just the best handles. Just the way that he is fluid with the ball. And to think he's the second best point guard on that team.
Yeah.
To Luka Doncic.
Yeah, but I'm saying they just have a different style of basketball, which complements each other.
Yeah, Bane Stain saying best handles and best finishing around the paint, which is funny because like Tony Parker, he doesn't dunk. You know, he doesn't get above the
The
rim.
teardrop.
He teardrops it. He lays it in because
Yeah.
I don't think he could. If you gave him the Woody Harrelson challenge from White Man Can't Jump and asked him to go dunk it, I don't think he can. I don't think physically he can. JHNSB says Mike thinks Kyrie is better than Kobe. I think it's closer than what you think. I think Kobe is better than Kyrie, but it's closer than what you think. Kyrie's really good, man. I think you want to talk about disrespected point guards in the last 15, 20 years, Kyrie and Tony Parker. Those guys are disrespected. People all about Chris Paul. Chris Paul sucks, dude.
Man, no, I don't want to hear
James
that noise.
Harden. Give me a break, man. All these point guards who just flame out during the
Spurs fan wanted CP3 to come over to the Spurs. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
I got to ask you this question. As the Mavericks steal game 108-105 there in Minnesota, again, the points in the paint. Daniel Gafford, he got 10 points, right? I think they were all dunks. PJ Washington was playing pretty decently yesterday. They just got a lot of points in the paint. It was kind of funny. But let me ask you this
Isn't
question.
that kind of ironic, though? You know, against a touted Timberwolves team who is like supposed to be the best, defense in the NBA.
Dude, look at this. 108 points, right?
Yeah.
Points in the paint. 62.
Damn, that's a lot, dude.
62 in the paint compared to 38 from Minnesota. But I got to ask you this question, Joe, because I'm thinking more and more about it. Is Jason Kidd suddenly an elite coach?
Well, you know what? I think part of it is coaching. The other flip side to that is the plethora of talent that he has to work with.
But does he?
I mean, he has Kyrie. He has
Kyrie and he has
and
Luka. But he's got a young guy in Lively. He's got Gafford. I mean, it's not like it's two stars and like a lot of pieces.
Yeah. But you always need two to be able to compete at a high level.
Right.
And sometimes if those two pieces are really good, that's about all you need. And you need a lot of, let's say, support, as far as the guys, the role players on your team. And I think
they know
they
know their role.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, they have a good plethora of role players on the starting five and coming off the bench where it's just balanced, They
took care of the Clippers in 6. They took care of the Oklahoma City Thunder pretty easily.
Mavericks are a sneaky team, man. I wouldn't have thought that they would have been here, They're scrappy.
But Jason Kidd, I mean, there's not a lot of players anymore who are studs at coaching.
Nah.
We saw Chauncey Billups try, didn't do so well. I mean, we have the Steve Kerrs of the world, but the thing
is Steve Kerr really that great of a coach, man? To me, when you're talking about good coaches in the NBA, you got to talk about Spo, dude. Eric Spoelstra.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about a star player.
Okay.
Like, don't get me wrong, Ime Udoka played in the NBA.
Yeah, briefly, and he played with the Spurs.
He played with the Spurs. Now, Steve Kerr played, and he had some memorable moments with big threes and whatnot.
Yeah,
but he wasn't the starter. He was a guy that averaged 6 to 8 points per game, knocked down two or three 3-pointers, and he made some big moments,
big buckets. Yeah,
but I'm talking like Magic Johnson tried being a head coach, and that didn't work.
No.
But is Jason Kidd going to be the guy who went from being like an all-star player, Hall of Fame player, to then being a Hall of Fame potential coach? He gets a ring this year because there's nothing to say that Dallas can't take out Minnesota. There's nothing to say that Dallas can't take out Boston either or Indiana. Dallas has every legit chance in the world. And I'm looking over Jason Kidd, who, by the way, is 51 years old. His coaching career, he's been coaching a while, dude. It's been a decade. He coached for Brooklyn, Milwaukee for 5 seasons, the Lakers for a couple of seasons, and now Dallas with 3 seasons. He has a record of 323 and 296 for a 522 winning percentage. He has a 27 and 28 winning record in the playoffs. But this could be the springboard. He's still a young guy, dude. He's still a young guy with 300 wins. And he could become a Hall of Famer one day.
Look what Van Steen says. Gafford and Washington complement Luka.
They do. And they also compete, man. They do the little things.
Yeah, that dirty work.
Yeah. Well, we hope Sohan will become what will we become. Jacob Eric saying that Jason Kidd figured something out, whatever it is. He figured out how to have 2 elite point guards play at the same time. Like, that's unheard of. I can't. We talk about Spoelstra, Pop, or whoever. I can't think of another coach that could have had those guys buy into it, because Jason Kidd, he has credibility.
He played the position.
He played the position at an elite level for so long. May not have been winning chips or anything like that,
But he went to the finals too, you know?
he did. And Jason Kidd as a player, though, my goodness, man. Jason Kidd is just, he was such a fun player to watch.
High basketball IQ.
Very much so. And remember, the Spurs wanted Jason Kidd back in 2003.
They almost had him. He had an agreement with the Spurs, like a verbal agreement, a gentleman's agreement.
Right.
But then he's like, nah, I'm going to back out.
So who would you rather play for? Five-time NBA champion, Olympic gold medal coach as well, Greg Popovich, or a 51-year-old Jason Kidd, who did win a championship in 2011, was a 10-time NBA All-Star, first 5-time All-NBA first team. He made a second All-NBA team, 4-time All-NBA defensive first team, 5-time All-NBA defensive second team, was Rookie of the Year. The guy can go in there and say, look, I got a ring. I was All-NBA.
I went to the finals three times.
Went to the finals. Follow me, Kyrie. Follow me, Luka. And that's probably the secret to it all. And then if there's free agents out there, you want to aspire to be that guy. I think that we're seeing the beginning of something very special with Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd's already bounced around. His 4th team, he's bounced around. But Dallas is a good place for him. He played there.
He played there, yeah, in his rookie year.
Yeah. Ishan saying Kidd went to the finals 3 times, did win 1. Yeah, forgot about that.
Yeah, he went 3 times. He went twice with the Nets.
Asking the question, do coaches get gold medals? I don't know if they do or don't, but they do lead the team. I'm sure they do. Why wouldn't a coach get a gold medal?
Because they didn't play. I don't think they get a gold medal. They don't get a gold
medal.
That
might be right. I don't know. It would be stupid if it was true. I mean,
look at what Puro Pinche Sports says. Jason Kidd got better as a coach once he sat as the assistant. He was terrible in the beginning. This is true. Jason Kidd did need some seasoning.
I like talking about Jason Kidd. I mean, he's had a lot going on. He had his own personal issues, man. Things that happened back in the day.
Yeah. He had a divorce and everything happened to him.
Remember the whole incident involving Tony Braxton back in the day with Mashburn and
remember that
that they were all in love with Tony Braxton. That was the rumor back in the day.
Udoka can fix the squad. That's what Seth is saying.
I think so too. Tonight we've got game 2. Pacers, Celtics. Celtics gonna blow them out, dude. Pacers had every chance to roll up 5 with 1:58 last game. Game 1 up 5, 1:58. Halliburton wet the bed. Halliburton was dribbling it off his leg. You saw missed free throws, missed 3-point attempts, missed jumpers. Jaylen Brown knocking down a 3 to tie the game with about 3 seconds to go. That was their opportunity. Opportunity wasted. They're gonna lose, man. They're gonna lose big time. Celtics gonna run away with this one.
I don't think so.
Gut punch, dude.
No.
Gut punch.
No. I think they come back and win the second game.
Boston lost game 2 in the first round.
Yeah.
Boston lost game 2 in the second round. But
I'll put some money on it, dude.
Ooh, we're going to bet some Laguna Madre on this one?
Yeah. I'll bet you some Laguna Madre.
The spread did go down because game 1, the spread was 11.5. Tonight, it's 8.5.
I say the Pacers win this one.
Win this one. I'll give you the 8 points.
Hey, we're going to win this one.
I'll give you the 8 points on like a Bill Miller's tea or something like that.
A Bill Miller's tea. Slice of key lime pie.
Do they have like pecan pie over there? Dude, I can't.
I think they do.
Dude, it's 11 o'clock. We're gonna go over.
Like, Mike's like 11:15. F it, let's go.
in 1 hour, I will have a
oh my god
Laguna Madre. And who's gonna join us? By the way, if you're in our chat, come join us.
Join us, man.
151 Westover Hills, man.
Yeah, I'll put the Texican hats in the car, man. Who's gonna come visit us, man? Who's gonna come visit us? They can match. Oh, and I forgot to show you guys. I did, in fact, buy me a new cap for my Sancha team,
The Texans, baby.
the Texans. I gotta take a picture and show it to Pledger. Tell him, is there room for me, Pledge? He said he would welcome me in.
Let's give some love to our friend, our good buddy, Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs, Ken's 5.
Locked On Spurs is your daily Spurs podcast, hosted by Jeff Garcia, the lead Spurs writer for Ken's 5 San Antonio. Jeff has a healthy plethora of guests all the time on the Locked On Spurs podcast. You can also follow Jeff on threads at Jeff G Ken's 5 SA. You can also follow Jeff on Twitter at Jeff G Spurs Zone. So make sure you go ahead and give Jeff a follow not only on threads and Twitter, but also on YouTube at youtube.com/@Locked On Spurs. This is where you're going to be able to find the replay of the Locked On Spurs podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share.
Again, Jeff Garcia provides that daily content when it comes to the Spurs. If you can show my screen.
Yep, already doing it.
I was his guest yesterday. We were talking yesterday about a game of buy or sell. We had some listeners and some followers of the Locked On Spurs podcast asking questions, and we answered a lot of them.
It looks like you're just laying down on your bed or something. Doing
Oh, no,
this
I'm in my
episode.
bedroom sitting up against the wall. I'm in a little recliner up against the wall, baby recliner. No, but it was a good time with Jeff because we were going over whether the Spurs are going to use the 4 and 8 pick or are we going to trade them away? Are the Spurs going to do something big this year? We kind of pontificated on stuff like that. It was pretty good, man. It was pretty good. Today they're going to be talking about the lottery because again, the NBA lottery, the draft itself is going to take place next month. So we're looking forward to that. But again, Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs, Ken's 5. He also has articles daily on kens5.com. You can follow him on Twitter at Jeff G Spurs Zone. I know I follow all the time. He was talking about basketball without borders and how Devontae Graham took part in that. So there's an article on kens5.com. You can also link to it on Jeff G Spurs Zone or Jeff G Spurs Ken's 5 on Twitter as well. Good times, man. Good times. Buy or sell. That's I'm going to retweet that one again.
Yeah, retweet it, man. I'm going to be on later on today. We're going to record. So I'm going to be, I don't know if he's going to release it on Friday or is he going to do it on Monday? Haven't got the word yet, but we do record later on today for those.
Demon Mike time.
Oh,
Demon
Lord,
Mike
no.
time. What's going on TMZ right now?
No.
TMZ.com has photos of Britney Spears. Suns up, buns up.
And somebody need to get her some help, man. At least she don't got no knives this time. I feel bad for the dog. Even the dog wanted out.
Even
dude.
the dog wanted out. Let's avoid the entertainment bump because I don't know if this is bump worthy. But what's going on at KSAT 12 right now is fascinating.
God, bro.
They're getting rid of everybody who's been around for a while.
Was it that meme from Oprah Winfrey? You get a car. It's like, you're getting fired. You're getting fired.
180 years worth of service in San Antonio.
Jeez,
out the door. KSAT 12 between now and July 1st, getting rid of David Sears.
How you going to get rid of Jessie Degollado, man? She's
Jessie
been there.
Degollado.
She's been there from what, 83, 84?
Mike Osterhage.
Damn.
Ursula Perry and Mark Austin. Now, here's the thing. When I was there in the 90s, Perry, Degollado, and Sears were there. And I had this conversation with my sister last night because she kind of asked the question, is this discrimination of some sort? And I told her if I was the news director, who I know the news director personally over there, his name is Mauro Orellana, Marshall High School grad, by the way. He's the same age as me. In fact, I think we're like two weeks difference in age. I've known Mario for a long, long time. We've seen some big names because beyond all this, Greg Simmons, you add him to the mix when he was let go a year ago.
Forcibly.
Now, that one I understood because it was multiple DUIs, if I'm not mistaken. But the article goes on because KSAT actually did the story themselves about it. And I was telling my sister that the new generation of reporters, and it's not just the new generation, it's talking about generations of the past. If you go to Ken's 5, and they have certain reporters out there, the ones that you know and see on air, They're called multimedia journalists. And what they do is they go out there and they serve the function of a photographer, reporter, and the function of an editor.
Yeah.
So I remember back in the day, Sharon Coe was a good friend of mine back when
yeah.
I was at Ken's. She's no longer in the media. But they go out there and they lug a camera around. It's not as heavy as it was back in the day. It's not those 40-pound cameras, maybe a 20-pound camera. They go lug out there. They put the tripod out. They conduct the video. They use a monitor. They know where to stand. They look at the monitor. They do their own live shots, and it's one person doing that job. When I was a reporter at KBB, when I was a reporter at KIII, I would go report a story. And like Brian Sanchez, who's still at KBB, would go and be my photographer. And then I'd go and I'd give it to a gentleman named Chris Palmer, and Chris would then edit it. Or maybe the photographer would edit if they had time. Sometimes I did. But the fact of the matter is that it was like a handoff. I would do the words, they would do the video, someone would do the editing. These guys aren't doing that.
No, man.
They're not going out there and reporting and being the photographer. They're not going out there carrying around a tripod. Can you picture Jesse Degollado at 70 some odd years old going out there with a camera? They don't do that anymore. And when you have somebody who's been working at a place for 40 years, we're talking about income levels that are through the roof. And on top of that, PTO levels that are probably through the roof. How much PTO do you think these guys had?
Jeez,
was it more than 2 weeks?
Oh, yeah.
They probably have 5 weeks off, 6 weeks off.
You got at least a month or more, bro.
Yeah.
Come on.
So that's the thing about it all. And it's what's that?
Jacob Eric, time to bring Steve Brown back. No, he's enjoying his retirement, man, as he should.
Actually, it's 6. It's Marilyn Moritz as well.
Damn,
Moritz,
they're getting rid of
David
her too.
Sears, Jesse Degollado. Now, Jesse Degollado was just honored the other day for like a Lifetime Achievement Award.
She does great for the community when it comes to bringing awareness to Hispanic culture. She does a lot of great pieces when it comes to bringing awareness to the culture and the history of San Antonio. She even did a story not too long ago about how Alamo Ranch was founded, and there's a monastery over there with nuns and everything.
Wow.
Yeah, and the nuns actually sold the property where all the houses are being built now. So you have this plethora of urban development, and then you have this untouched ground, the sacred ground, where the church still stands and the sisters are still there. Interesting story.
That is interesting.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. But the thing about it is this: when you go into TV news, especially if you are on the reporting side or anchoring side, you know that you're only going to last for a certain number of years.
Yeah.
And Moritz and Sears and Degollado and Perry, they outlasted the average, dude. When they first started, Ursula Perry in the early to mid 90s, Degollado, Moritz, and Sears in the early 80s, mid 80s. If you had told them back in the day that they would be there for 10 years, they would have taken that deal in a heartbeat. I have a hard time feeling bad for them that they've been there for 35 to 40 years.
It's a long time. They had a good run.
They had a great run, and they know that it's a young person's game. They know that it's a money game. And then the viewership's different because right now, back in the day, was what? You would watch it on TV. Dude, I haven't watched the 10 o'clock news in forever, man.
I don't remember the last time I watched it.
I watch the news the same way I watch Saturday Night Live whenever I feel like it.
Or you watch it on the X or social media, excerpts.
Yeah,
you know?
they have a digital editor who provides those stories out there. More people watch SNL afterwards or on YouTube or on TikTok than they do actually watching it 10:30 on WOAI.
Yeah, just to show you how things have changed. For example, there was this good reality series that I sent you yesterday, right? From Mr. Beast, where you put these two strangers to live together in this little cube for 100 days. And if they both won, they would share 500 grand.
Oh, you know what?
That whole series, but I'm not going to tell you how it ended or anything, but that whole series only lasted 26 minutes.
Yeah.
So everything nowadays is condensed, even the news, you know?
Yeah. Well, the news, it's funny because it's different. Everything is done on Twitter. Everything is done on TikTok.
Social
everything
media
is done on that. And dude, I mean, as much as I respect her, Jesse Degollado ain't going to be doing TikToks.
Oh no, man.
Marilyn Moritz and David Sears aren't going to be doing YouTube reels and Instagram reels.
No.
The game is different. And it's a young person's game.
Look at what's going on at Ken's 5, bro. You look at their anchors, and what are their anchors' ages? Come on.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, one of the ones at Ken's 5, you take a they have some younger ones. I mean, they have Henry Ramos, who's pretty good. Isis Romero.
Yeah, they got her from KSAT.
Came over. So they do have some,
a lot of them are younger.
Isis' husband, Phil Anaya, is pretty young. So they have done a little bit of that youth movement there.
Yeah.
But it is different, man. I was watching KSAT the other day, and I saw the reporter, and the reporter was so green.
They're young, bro.
It wasn't so much that they were young, because I mean they were young.
Yeah, I mean inexperienced.
But I could see the inexperience. Yeah. And part of my job as a producer was to help them. And the whole Jason Kidd thing.
Yeah.
I was a weird thing when I was in the media back in the day, because I was a producer and I was a reporter. So the reporters could talk to me differently because I knew what they went through, because I was also a reporter myself. And I knew like how things work. Sometimes there's like a divide between the two, and the reporters don't know what the reporters don't know what the producers are doing, because they've never done that. The producers don't know what the reporters have done, because they've never been out in the field. And I have the pleasure of being able to do both. But it's a young man's game. And the old saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. That's part of it. D'Lo asking the question, do you think they are making livable wages, though? It's actually a good job for them. It depends on who you're talking about, because if you're talking about those who are in their 60s and 70s at KSAT, they were probably doing very well for themselves. Reporters, TV news reporters here in town, basically make right around what a teacher makes or less. It is the haves and have-nots when it comes to local TV news. You have 4 or 5 people making a ton of money. You've got a few people making good money, and then the rest are working part-time jobs doing other things.
Do you see this, man? Jonathan C., the reporter for Ken's 5, who wished Mr. Drew P. Webbles a happy birthday.
Now, let me ask you this question. Now, part of this, whenever I hear that, because KBB also got spoofed a while back, right? Whenever I hear that, I think to myself, well, that was funny when Bart Simpson did it, right?
Yeah.
But who wakes up? They had to have had an Edgar cut, right?
Yeah,
who wakes up and says, you know what, I'm going to go reach out to a TV station and do that?
But the one with 29, it was elite, dude, because that guy's picture and his name Chupa, and then the girl coming out saying, I know I'm going to butcher his name, and then she says it. I'm like, bro, that had me dying, man. Everybody was talking about it. It was so funny.
It's brutal. I saw this TikTok the other day of a hot news reporter. I mean, she was a nugget, but she wasn't a nugget. She was hot. She was cute. And it showed her, she's not from San Antonio, but it showed her on the side of the road trying to do a stand-up.
Everybody was
honking. And every 6 seconds, she's midway through her stand-up, she goes, damn it.
Yeah, you know what they were honking at? They're probably honking at that cake. They were looking at that cake. She was looking at the camera, and they're looking at that cake, and they're like, uh-huh. Beep, 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 beep.
Can I get a toot-toot?
Can I get a slice of that cake?
Beep, beep. Running my hand through my
But that was hilarious. She was getting so upset. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
So you got all excited, and I didn't watch the rest of the episode, by the way, but I'm going to call it up. What's the name of that show that you were watching?
Oh, I don't know. I just saw it. I texted it to you yesterday. It was on the Mr. Beast channel that they have on the X. But it was interesting, though, the premise of it and everything. I mean, the whole series plays out in under 26 minutes. And they had to, it's a man and a woman, and they don't know each other, and they put them in this cube, and they have to live there for 100 days. And if they do, they split the 500 grand.
So I found that to be interesting. Here it is right here. I'm calling it up right now. This is on Mr. Beast. I didn't see it all.
It was good. It was really good.
I saw about 4 minutes of it. I'll watch it. Don't tell me how it ends.
No, I'm not.
But they have a guy and a girl that are strangers who have never even seen each other before.
Not till that moment.
They're brought into a cube, if you will, shown $500,000 and say, you have to live here for 100 days with no TV, no nothing other than food, themselves, a bed, a toilet, a shower.
That's about it.
And there was like some things, like some tools that they had in there. And eventually, every 10 days, they're being tempted but they have to give up
10 grand.
10 grand, 50 grand, because they have like all these canned food to live off of.
Yeah.
But they're like, one of the ones that I saw was, we'll give up, if you give up 50,000 of the 500, we'll have gourmet food brought in.
A chef that will prepare you whatever you want.
Yeah. And they have no idea what time it is. They don't
Yeah.
know if it's daytime or nighttime. It's basically solitary confinement
Yeah.
in a bigger cell. I mean,
Yeah.
it's basically solitary confinement inside of what amounts to be a small apartment. I'll watch the rest of it today.
It was really good, dude. It was entertaining, and it's only 26 minutes long.
Now, don't answer the question.
Yeah.
If there were Latinos in there, Latina and a Latino, they'd be screwing by day 3. They'd be screwing by day 3. You know they would be.
Oh man.
And then I saw that one scene where they're like, we went to sleep for the night, but they were only asleep for 2 hours. They thought they slept for 7 or 8. It was just 2.
Jeez, bro.
And they're trying to say what time they think it is, and they're like, well, we think it's 10 a.m. right now, and it was really 2 a.m.
Yeah, I got to stop showing the video because then Mr. Beast will get mad at us on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Mr. Beast is funny though.
No, he is, dude. The dude, I was listening to, like, he comes out on some of the videos I watch, like how to, get more viewership, how to get better at doing what we're doing,
Yeah.
And they give really good information. And Mr. Beast, people think, oh, he's just doing it haphazardly. He doesn't care. No, this dude cares about everything.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of looks like he might not be, like he doesn't care or he's unprepared or something like that. It's just a shtick because he has like a full-on team, full-on media team behind the scenes doing every single video, thumbnails, everything down. He has it all down to a science, dude.
Yeah.
So it's like he's making a lot of money, man.
Your girl, Sniper Wolf, dude.
Oh no, man.
You don't want to talk about Sniper Wolf?
No, you can talk about her. I'm just like, that girl, nothing but trouble, bro.
Yeah, dude. She is showing a lot of
she crazy, bro.
a lot of weaponry these days, dude.
Yeah, she crazy, bro.
Let me look her up real fast, because there was a video that I saw of her, and for those of you who don't know who Sniper Wolf is, she's a YouTuber. She's also kind of a gamer as well. Was big on Twitch. Has like 36 million followers. And I'm following the fact that she's out there rocking the guns, dude. She goes out there and she goes to the range, and she's high caliber. She ain't going out there with an 8mm nugget, because you refuse to let her in the tournament.
Yeah,
the baddie brackets.
Man, she's nuts, dude. She full on nuts.
Full on nugget.
Nah, bro. I might.
Wait, we got to say this. So for those of you who don't know who she is, let's show some photos. Tell me whether or not she belonged in the baddie bracket.
No.
Baddie brackets. I mean, come on, dude.
Nah, she crazy, bro.
You wouldn't let me have her on the baddie bracket.
It wasn't just me. It was like all the other people that were voting. They were like, nah, don't put her in there. She don't deserve to be in there, bro.
Yeah, she's being canceled from time to time because she says some wacky crap.
Yeah, look at that. The Drew show. She's not even a gamer, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Her soon-to-be ex-husband exposed that he played the game and wrote the scripts for her to read. Hey, it works. They're making money. I mean, to quote the guy from Office Space, she made $1 million.
She made $1 million.
Nugget, dude. And by the way, the ex is named Sausage. He goes by the name Sausage.
Oh, Lord.
Ugly, dude. Dude, how did he get her? That's the thing. That guy.
Mario Cavazos, bro.
Love me some Sniper Wolf, dude.
Oh, jeez, man.
I'm gonna look up Sniper Wolf and Sausage.
Oh no! Hey, let me change the screen because you got to screen it first, man.
This was her boyfriend.
All right, is it good for TV?
It's good for TV. like Benny Blanco getting Selena Gomez. How is that possible? At least Benny Blanco is a good music producer, right? Benny Blanco makes great music, and that's the industry that she's in. I get all that.
But dude sounds like a cool dude. Like he's a chill guy, man. Yeah.
But this dude right here.
Hey man, you need a producer, dude. He got the dad. He rocking that dad bod.
And even when they say, well, he must be packing. How did he get to show her the pack if that was the case? I mean, his name is Sausage, so maybe he is. I don't know. Sniper Wolf.
But you know what? That goes back to this one saying that one of my friends, other friends, told him. He says, "Remember, fellas, no matter how hot she is, somebody somewhere is tired of her
crap.
shit." Dollar.
Oh goodness, man! I've got that Laguna Madre.
You got that hankering.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up their menu right now.
Oh man.
You know, because if we hadn't chosen this, I would have forced you to take me to Long John Silver's.
Oh man, I don't know about that.
I haven't been
man.
there in like 20 years, man.
Long John Silver's.
Look at the menu at Laguna Madre. They're not even sponsoring us, but they have fried calamari now, fried pickles and onion rings. Everything's fried there.
Hey man, these Texican hats are nice, dude. Whoever's gonna come out to lunch with us, they can get treated, dude. Woo! You get the red one, you know, that's a nice looking hat there. You get the gray one, get your pick. I think Mario Cavazos might join us, so I'll bring the hat. I'll bring the hats.
Look at these combo meals, man. Bunch of fish. Gross.
Come on, man. I love seafood, man.
The tacos they have are fish.
No, that's I don't. Not
Oh,
those
here's for
tacos.
me the for the land lovers.
Oh man.
The deluxe crispy chicken sandwich, chicken tendies, and the boiga. By the way, I say boiga. You know who pronounces it that way? Sniper Wolf. She talks about the boigas.
The boigas.
Tonight, game 2, Eastern Conference Finals. Yeah. So what are we betting on that one? What are we going to do with that one?
For which one?
For Pacers Celtics.
Pacers Celtics, whatever, man. Lunch next Thursday. Bet you lunch. I'll pick up the tab for next Thursday.
Nice.
And if I win, you pick up the tab.
USA Today, just an hour ago, released its latest NBA mock draft. Let's see what they got. Here we go. They have Bronny. They have Bronny James odds, draft odds. Lakers plus 180. Not bad. Spurs plus 1,200. Jeff Garcia. If you're listening, Spurs are plus 1,200 to get Bronny James according to DraftKings. College Sports Wire predicts him going number 55, second round draft pick of the Lakers. I feel bad, man, because he's not an NBA talent, dude. I mean, he did very well in the combine, but that guy's not NBA talent. He's 6 foot tall. I know that homeboy from Kentucky is also 6 feet tall as well, but still, there's a different game, different dynamic of it all. Looking for the mocks.
You know what? I just thought of it, man. Lehan, everybody, they need to get some USOA hats made, man. Just like these Texican ones. These are nice hats. I got compliments when I wore this one over in Houston. People were wondering where they could get them.
They're good looking hats, man. I've worn mine probably about 5 or 6 times. It's got the sweat ring on it.
The sweat ring.
You know, that white little ring on it.
Just got to clean the hat, brother.
So how do you clean your hats?
Just got to wipe them down. Little wipey, a little cloth, man.
Because back in the day, they used to sell those things where you put like this contraption inside it.
Yeah.
And then you put it inside the dishwasher.
Oh, yeah. No, don't do that, dude. You know what happens with these hats? These hats have like cardboard or something in them. So if you get them wet, they're going to lose their shape. I mean, you can use like just wipies basically and just wipe it down real quick and let it dry out. It's just that little white ring. You just, you're supposed to clean your hat, Mike, NBA
DraftNet released their mock draft. They have the Spurs taking Cody Williams and Rob Dillingham. Cody Williams is I like Cody Williams, his brother Jalen. Good guy, good player.
Hey, we need to hit up Twin Peaks on a Friday. Now we're talking my language, brother.
Twin Peaks,
Bourbon and Brews.
I mean,
happy hour starts at 3.
But I don't want to tip somebody 35% on a Wednesday or Thursday.
I mean, that's up to you, man. But
you don't tip those girls 15% or 20%.
You know what, man?
They're naked in front of you.
I had a couple of the girls that I used to frequent over there, right? Because we used to go to Twin Peaks all the time.
Yeah.
So, man, they already knew what we wanted. Like, I would go there with my boys, and we'd just pull up. And my girl Hannah used to take care of us all the time. And I'd pull up to the bar, and she'd always take care of us. She'd be like, already had the beers, man. I'm just like, She already knows, man. And like the other girls too, that they used to work there. And when it used to be good, they already knew what we wanted. They would see us coming in, say hi. By the time I got to the bar, boom, beer on the bar.
John C., thank you for your cervix. Okay, so let me ask you this, because I have a daughter who's 20 years old, right? And
Yeah.
she tells me that she knows people. My nephew tells me that he knows people that work at restaurants, whether it be Hooters or Twin Peaks or Ojos Locos.
Oh, it's Locos is raunchy as hell, bro.
Or whatever, right? I'm missing one on 151, the Bombshells.
Oh, that place is ass,
That place
bro.
is awful.
Awful.
So, is it possible for me to be too old to go to a
No.
restaurant? At what point does it become creepy?
They're like, you're 80 years old going in there?
Yeah.
But if you're 80 years old going in there, who's going to tell you anything?
Sam Salinas reaches out to us saying, being a girl dad, I always want to tell these girls, Mija, do better in life.
Yeah, do better in life, mija, but bring me my beer.
Jeff Garcia says Jimenez didn't see that he tweeted out the Bronny James story 20 minutes ago. Very cool. You're on top of it, baby. On top of it. Hand of a Fist says old dudes with the demographics there at the restaurants. What is the elite?
That's what I'm saying.
What is the elite restaurant? If I was to say, let's go get a burger, or as Sniper Wolf calls it, a boiga.
A boiga.
Which one are we going to go to? The boiga belongs to Twin Peaks, right?
Yeah, I'm going to go to Twin Peaks, man. I've been going there, and it's good. I go to the one here, right, on 151. I've
Right.
gone to the one over there by San Pedro, North Park location, and then I've also gone to the one on De Zavala, I-10 and De Zavala. And everywhere I go, I always have a good experience. I make friends at the bar, bro. And before we know it, man, people buying me drinks. I'm buying them drinks, having
Yeah.
a good time.
I will say, and it's always a great time there. It is. So let's break it down by pieces here. The burger is Twin Peaks, right? Because not only do they have like a regular burger, they have lots of several cheeses because American cheese is ass. They have the provolone.
Can't
They have
really
the
eat
cheddar.
cheese, though, man. I'm
All that
lactose intolerant.
Dude, I am too, but that ain't going to bother me. It's going to affect the people around me.
Oh, Lord, bro.
Okay. So Twin Peaks has the burger. The wings, though, is that Hooters?
Hooters still has good wings, man. Wing Daddy's kind of is undefeated too on some of their stuff.
Is
that
that
they
a
have.
restaurant?
It's all right. It's nah, but it's all right.
But we're talking about the restaurants.
Yeah.
The restaurants. So the wings belong to Hooters. Fries. I kind of like the Hooters fries, man. The curly fries.
We never talk about Buffalo Wild Wings, but that was kind of like more like a sports bar.
Well, Buffalo Wild Wings is going under, man. We said R.I.P. to
Red Lobster.
Did you hear about all the other restaurants that are closing?
I saw, man. A lot of them are starting to close a lot of locations, man.
Red Lobster on 35 is closing down, but there's other restaurants. What's it called? Mary Calendar is going out. They already left San Antonio, but they're going out. We have to say R.I.P. to Fuddruckers.
Oh, they
which
closed
is
them
closing
down.
all locations
All of
by the end of the year. Okay, so best alcohol, best bar at a restaurant, that is Twin Peaks. Best viewing experience of watching a game, that is Twin Peaks. So Twin Peaks is the ultimate restaurant. Why would anybody go to Ojos Locos? Unless you're dating one of the girls there.
Those Locos is all right, dude, but it's just raunchy, man. Sometimes you get a little necio, you'll pop in. Pop in for a little bit.
The only popping that's going on is outside.
Hey,
That's
man.
gunfire.
I live in Marbach. No me pasa nada, dude. That's a normal day over here.
Edgar locations. Okay, so here's a list of closings that are going down in 2024. Believe it or not, Kona Grill. Dude, I was a big fan of Kona Grill. Kind of expensive, but I was a big fan of it. They are dropping a lot of their restaurants. Believe it or not, Starbucks locations are starting to close. Got oversaturated, man. Oversaturated. KFC is having issues. McDonald's is having issues. The Cracker Barrel, Red Lobster, Boston Market, Denny's is going to be closing lots of locations nationwide. Applebee's already closed 35 this year. Outback Steakhouse. Dude, this is where we're in Gen Z now, right? Gen Z, the kids, my daughter's age, 20-year-old.
They don't go nowhere, man.
They don't want to do any of this crap.
No.
Chili's is probably going to go under eventually.
Yeah, they Chili's, I don't even know how they're open. They sell their stuff so cheap, and it's like you get a whole bunch of food for like $10.
Yeah.
And it's not good food. Same thing as could be said for Applebee's. Like you go to an Applebee's, they got cheap liquor. They got like $1 drinks.
$1 margaritas.
And I mean, you drink a lot of those. I feel sorry for you, man.
Little Bitch of Sports says, rest in peace to the OG shit I grew up on. No dollar, because I'm just quoting. Sabaro's is starting to close.
Oh, I know.
Oh
man.
my God, I love Sabaro's.
That was a go-to Italian restaurant, man.
They're gonna
the
keep
mall.
they're gonna keep the locations in airports, I believe, and a handful of mall locations. But Sabaro's, the one at North Star Mall, excellent. It's just one of those things, man. Dude, that's like Uber Eats is killing it all.
Look at Drew's show.
Postmates is killing
Dude,
it all.
those girls at Hooters and Ojos Luco and Twin Peaks are now hooking up with you. I'm not trying to hook up with nobody. I just had friends there.
Demon Mike dated one.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I dated a girl from Hooters.
Yeah, and it was funny too because the one of the main bartenders they used to have at Twin Peaks, she jumped ship and went over to the Hooters. So me and my boys went there one time during happy hour, and she was there. We're like, "Oh crap!" She's like, "Yeah, I left Twins because the management and that new manager that they have over here at the Twin Peaks, man. I don't know how many times we've gotten into it with that guy, and that's one of the reasons I'll never go back there and watch a UFC event." As long as they have that guy there, that guy can go F himself.
Dude, there's nothing worse than a bad manager at a restaurant.
Yeah, I mean, we're there to watch a UFC game, and he kept singling us out. I mean, there was a lot of us on a table. I mean, we're like 30, 40 deep. You know, we had like 2 or 3 tables.
This reminds me of this restaurant I used to go to in the medical center back in the day. I think it shut down during COVID.
Yeah.
It was called Lorenzo's. I don't know if you ever went there, but when I worked at Ken's, that was like a go-to place because it was down the street. Fredericksburg, kind of near medical. Dude, it was authentic Italian restaurant. It was so freaking good.
They had that Aldo's over there off of Fredericksburg.
Aldo's was really good too.
Aldo's is good, yeah.
It's now what is it now? I think Aldo's turned into a some chain Mexican restaurant. What's that one from Austin again? Torchy's?
Oh, hell,
it's
man.
now a Torchy's, dude.
F Torchy's, bro. There's one around the corner, and I will never go to Torchy's. I cannot pay $10 or $12 for one taco. No. And it's not even good.
They have good avocado.
No,
that's about it.
I will never go to a Torchy's. I think Taylor went to a Torchy's once. He had a video of him eating the Torchy's taco.
I am not saying that Torchy's is my go-to. I'll go to Torchy's once a year, maybe. Once a year. And it's all right. It's all right. No, but that owner of Lorenzo's back in the day would start yelling at the employees, and he would just cuss them out, would have veins popping out. And if you complained, he was like that guy, the soup Nazi from Seinfeld. You know, no lasagna for you. Get out.
No soup for you. Nugget.
So the thing about dating the girl from Hooters back in the day, I didn't meet her at Hooters. I met her at class. She was taking classes at SAC. So I didn't know that she was a Hooters girl. I didn't mind it. She made good money, man.
Oh, man, Sith. Texas Roadhouse, the ketchup steak thing happened there. That's disgusting, dude.
They messed up my steak. Manager got heated. I didn't want my food spat on, so I ate it with ketchup to try to save it.
That's disgusting, dude.
Well, I mean, there's a way to complain about your steak. Just don't be a dick about it. You know, just bring over the server and say, hey, man, you know, I'm not this kind of guy typically. You know, I know you guys are busy, but the steak was not done correctly. Can you see what can be done? You know, if you come at them pretty good, they'll come at you pretty good back. It's when you get mad and angry.
Yeah, being a Karen.
And I know that, man. I have family members. I have friends who are like that. And you can tell they've never been in the food service industry. Dude, it's 11:30.
I look at that, D-Lo. Y'all don't F with seafood boils. LA crawfish is fire. Speaking of seafood boils, my boy Chris Leja said he's going to be having a boil soon.
That's gross.
Seafood boil, the crawfish? Come on,
that's gross,
man.
Dude. Sucking the head off that thing. That's gross.
Man. You don't like nothing good.
Gross.
You're not even.
I'll just have the corn. Thank you.
Oh, man. No. You got to get the crawfish and break it off, you know.
That's disgusting.
Suck out the brains, get all that seasoning.
That's disgusting.
You know?
Disgusting.
Get corn, potato, little lemon.
Get all freaking filthy.
Drink some beer.
For a little bit of meat.
Oh, man.
I remember my ex-wife, the first one, we went to this all-you-can-eat crawfish restaurant, and we were there for 2 hours. And I remember looking at her, and I stood up and I said, I'm done. We're leaving now. I'm not going to sit here for 2 hours watching you struggle to get like a little cube of meat.
Oh,
No. We're gone. We're done. 2 hours. That's my limit.
Look at Jesse A. Mike is the kid who only ate chicken tendies.
No lies detected.
Chicken tendies.
No lies detected.
Crawfish yum. The cockroach of the sea. I'll take them spicy.
We have breaking news
What do we got?
coming in from Mike Benson, boxing editor for TalkSport.com, saying that Ryan Garcia's B samples from the Haney fight came back positive for steroids.
Well, it's not a steroid. It's what do you call it?
Performance enhancing drug.
Yeah, it's a performance enhancing drug, and it helps, like you were saying, with the muscle. You know,
Yeah.
it helps you build muscle faster.
But it is against them rules.
No, it's
dude.
against the rules, but I'm saying it's like they're classifying it as a steroid. It's like it's not a steroid, but it did help him get an edge, you know?
Yeah.
So I understand the whole aspect of it. You know, not a good look, man. Ryan came in overweight and still, you know, he comes out dirty. I'm sure he's gonna say that no, they have it out for me. You know, it's not. I didn't know what I was taking. I was just smoking and drinking lots of tequila and whatnot. I'm like, that's just like Canelo.
He's a chump, dude.
Canelo came out dirty too. He was eating that tainted donkey meat.
Ryan Garcia's a chump, dude.
Nah.
He's a complete chump. Screw him. I hope he get his ass handed to him.
Hey, but does it mean that I hate Canelo because he came out dirty? I still watch his fights.
I'm tired of Canelo.
Nah,
He was great for a while,
come
dude. It's
on.
been a decade, dude. Let's move on.
You can't beat him.
He's the Jesse Degollado of boxing,
Nah,
dude.
he
I'm
knows
done.
it's his time. It's done.
He's the Marilyn Moritz of boxing.
No, you
He's
don't know.
done.
No, man.
The David C.
No.
I'm ready to move on. He's old. Let's move on.
There's some other fighters that are coming up, man. If you're watching the fights a lot, like me and Fernandez do,
Yeah.
we got our eyes on some people, man. They're coming up here.
I don't know. King Ryan just rubs me the wrong way.
Ah.
And it's not because he big timed me. He big timed me one time.
Fernandez has a picture with them, dude,
He
on
does.
the beach.
Dude, Fernandez has a picture of everybody. The only picture I have is Paige Sporonic. That's basically it. I have Paige Sporonic, and he has everybody
Oh,
else.
look at
He
Sean.
has
He's
Malika
burning you,
Andrews.
bro. Your own boy is getting you.
He's too Mexican for Mike.
He's too ethnic
Who,
for
Ryan,
you.
Ryan Garcia? Are you kidding me?
He's too ethnic
Too
for you.
too ethnic.
I'll never forget that. That had me in stitches, bro. Jeff Garcia's like, Mike's not gonna wear that, bro. It's too ethnic. I'm like, what?
And you know what? When I said that, it was completely taken out of context. Completely taken out of context.
Like Jeff could not wait for you. Just like, oh, this is gold. I'm gonna call everybody. No, it's too ethnic for him.
Brutal.
Just like you and the Finding Jefe with the steak on the platter and
Oh,
everything.
That's why he got back at me. That's exactly what it was.
Oh my God. Oh, Jeff knew he messed up. He knew he messed up
Yeah.
when he saw you. Is that a steak? Oh,
Like who Uber eats a steak
on a platter,
on
bro.
a platter? It came on a platter. It had,
Probably had melted butter.
and it wasn't like the taqueria thing with the little. There's nothing worse than that shitty ass napkin they give you at the taqueria.
Yeah.
You know, it has like the plastic fork. Like it can't cut anything, right?
Yeah, where it's a spork. It's
Yeah.
even worse.
Who makes those napkins? Like, is it even a napkin?
Tissue paper.
I can't
bro.
even blow my nose with it, much less use it
Yeah.
as a napkin. So it reminds me of that because Jefe's out there with this really nice
Juicy steak.
juicy steak, along with like this, like the knife and fork they gave him was like elegant.
Oh, it was top tier.
It was like he's finding it at a nice wedding, you know.
Yeah.
And he's just there, you know, like he's conducting an orchestra. I'm like, what are you eating? A steak?
Oh,
Where'd you get it from? Postmates? You postmated yourself a steak? And he goes, yeah. And then he told me how much it costs. And
I'll bet, bro.
I was like, oh my God.
That's New York, dude.
No, dude.
That's New York, man.
I don't know, man. He's like, and it's a French restaurant.
French steak.
He stumbled onto a French restaurant. I'll never forget that. And then the funny thing about it is that one of his friends on Locked On Spurs asked him the question about the steak, like, I don't know, a week later. And he kind of told the whole story again. And his friend was like, dude, Seriously.
See, it wasn't just you, bro.
Yeah. You know, I think it was Nick Montas, who's now with KSEP.
Oh my God. Look at that. Money bags. That's where he got that. Did you say steak?
Jesse coming out saying the Tim Duncan interview with Richard Jefferson is out. It's real short but funny.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
The clips that they had leading up to it where, you know, they're acting it out and Jefferson's going and taking care of the trophy, one of the trophies. I'm assuming it's the 2003 one. Is that the one that it was?
Yeah.
And and Tim's calling him back going, hey, it's been 24 hours.
72 hours.
40 hours. You know, we want it back.
Yeah. That's funny.
I was at the Spurs Club the other day, and you know, one of the good things about going to the Spurs Club is that you get to overlook the courts, and they have the curtains down. And I was thinking to myself, what's going on? What am I missing?
Yeah,
they have the courts down, but the curtain down. But the good news is, I found out yesterday that my limit of guests per visit has gone up from 2 to 4. Oh. Party of 5.
Fancy now.
Party of 5.
Yeah, I never been. I want to invite to go.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah, I have to put on my blazer though.
Yeah, at least a polo. At least a polo. No shorts.
Yeah.
Sean Quintero, who's on the on our stream, was like, "Hey, I want to go meet you out there." I was like, "Okay, cool." And he goes, "Well, we'll go after I go golfing." I'm like, "Well, unless you're golfing like Payne Stewart with pants, you know,
Yeah.
or you're wearing the pants with the polo. No, I'm wearing shorts. They ain't gonna let you in.
Got to wear slacks, khakis.
Yep.
Got to look nice. You got to play the part, bro.
It's a nice place, baby.
Yeah, I'll bring my blazer, my nice shirt,
Blazer.
my blazer.
I need to get some collar stays, man. I've lost all of them in the dryer. I have no idea where the hell they are.
Really?
Yeah, you know the ones that hold you down.
Yeah,
if you ever wear a shirt without it, it's like butterflies out.
Yeah, it goes all over the place.
Yeah, I gotta go find some Men's Warehouse.
There you go. Hey, man, the guy that does the commercials for the Men's Warehouse, dude has a great voice.
Oh yeah, you can love the way you look.
We need to have him do us a voiceover, dude. That's like, damn.
Well, it's 11:40, dude. I gotta
Yeah.
get going. I'm starving.
Let's go, bro. We'll call it a show.
All right, we'll be at noon. We'll be at the Laguna Madre, 151 West Silver Hills. Come join us.
We'll see you boys tomorrow. Maybe we'll talk about the Tim Duncan interview with Richard Jefferson.
And Celtics will win by 20 tonight.
Yep. See you boys tomorrow.